Yo, what is going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you guys week number 4 of the PGL, or 4? Week number 4 of the PGL, I believe. I gotta check because I have been out of town. I've had some family struggles with the loss of a family member. Went on a vacation last week, so I've been away from YouTube for quite a while. The uploads I had scheduled last week, the TCG stuff, that was all done weeks ago that I had already set. So this is week 4 of the PGL. We are taking on Sharp Dress Gaming, one of the original coaches that I played with in season 5 of the PGL as well. So that is one of the interesting takes. Is I have played against Sharp before. You guys see the teams there on the layout. Bring in the Deoxys. Very standard team, really. Nothing surprising. SD, Gallade, Belly Drumline Noon. Also have I believe it's a Calm Mind Deoxys defense as well. So we're going to get right into the battle here. Is this week 4? Yep, it is. Just going through all the replays here. So the last battle I had with Sharp was actually another close game. This is, spoilers, close game. And Sharp is probably one of the better players in the PGL, in my eyes. I've seen it last year. So he's going to lead off with his Registeel. I'm on that, you know what, this turn we're trading rocks. I don't have much to break a Registeel. So you know what, if we trade rocks, that's perfectly fine with me. I have Defog, Zapdos in the back. Not too worried if I do get Stealth Rocks up on my side of the field. But instead, he goes for the Toxic turn 1, which, you know what, it's fine play because my Deoxys defense really just doesn't have recovery onto it. Yeah, I have recover, but I have no way to remove that Toxic. So Deoxys defense is going to have to come back, and I just go to my Scolipede. So he doesn't have much for Scolipede. Thing is, unfortunately, I'm not Z Scolipede. That was my downside. If I chose Scolipede as my Z user, it would have been very threatening versus his team. I could have brought Ground EMZ, but I see that he doesn't have any sort of hazard removal. So I can set up some spikes, I can wear stuff down, and in that case, Gallade could actually potentially sweep. So here we go. I have my Scolipede. I'm going to get a speed boost here. I have Baton Pass. I can pass speed. It's perfectly legal. Nothing wrong with that. This turn, I do end up getting paralyzed, and I actually went for a second layer of spikes. On the turn, I got paralyzed. Unfortunately for me, I am going to get hit by an explosion. Thankfully for me, I'm actually able to live the explosion. The Scolipede doesn't have much attack investment. It's mostly HP and speed. So I'm now +2 speed, so I can Baton Pass into anything. So here he goes Porygon Z. So I have one of 2 options, and really depends on his Porygon Z build. I Baton Pass, so when I was playing the game, I had the option to go into Gallade or go into Hoopa. Now, he had nothing for Hoopa, but I had this burning desire to let this Fightium Z Hoopa work. If I go Gallade, I outspeed a +2 Porygon. I have a +2 speed Gallade. I wasn't thinking Signal Beam. This is the second week in a row in the PGL that second time in 3 weeks that I just don't think of the 4 times coverage for Hoopa. The Signal Beam Raikou was the other one. So it was dumb on my part. I go Gallade. I pretty much 6-0 him at this point because he has nothing for my Mega Gallade either. And it just came down to a stupid decision by me. So here he's going to go for the Normalium Z. He's going to go for the Breakneck Blitz. He's going to take out my Zapdos. Doesn't get paralyzed by the static. At that point, it doesn't matter. I mean, the point was he killed my Zapdos. It was just unfortunate there that I did not really think about going Gallade. I was so not amazed. I was so happy with the Hoopa set I built, saying, you know, hey, he does not have anything for Hoopa. I can just go into Hoopa, and then realized He can carry Signal Beam. He still outspeeds me. Even if I'm +2 and he's +2, he still outspeeds me. So it just wasn't something that clicked when I was pressing that. So he goes for the Hyper Beam. He's now immobile this turn. I go to my Gallade because I can get up a kill now. It was pretty much my only thought, like, hey, I can get a kill on this Porygon Z. So I just go for the Drain Punch. I could have set up a substitute. I think I was sub Swords Dance, Drain Punch, and Zen Headbutt. So that's an option. You know, hey, I can go for Swords Dance, but you know what? Let's just kill it, get it off my screen. That's pretty much all I can do. I'm like, you know what? I can potentially bring this game back with Gallade plus my Linoon. At this point, he doesn't have anything to outspeed Linoon. And I need to see if this Chandelure is potentially scarfed. So if I can find out if the Chandelure is potentially scarfed, I think I'm in a good spot. Now, here he's going to go for the Shadow Ball. I wanted to see if he would just go for the Shadow Ball, go for Flamethrower, go for Sub, but he does show the leftovers here. So my Linoon has enough HP investment to live a Flamethrower from a Chandelure. And I figured that, you know what, this is one of my only options to set up against Chandelure. So I did give up a little bit of speed so that my Linoon could live a hit. He's going to go for the Flamethrower, and unfortunately for me, he's going to end up getting the crit, which really sucks because he had nothing for Linoon at this point. I had Stomping Tantrum for that Tyranitar. I had Extreme Speed, Shadow Claw. So it just sucked at that point that Linoon ended up going down to the crit, especially when I add the HP investment so that I could live a Flamethrower from a Chandelure. So I just go for the Zen Headbutt. Wasn't able to get the flinch. That was pretty much the only chance I had at coming back was if I ended up getting a Zen Headbutt flinch there. But he does not get flinched. Gallade goes down to a Shadow Ball, and all I have left is a Paralyzed Scolipede. No Protect. I'm going to take 25% of Stealth Rock. So that's pretty much all I could have done this game. It was unfortunate that the Flamethrower crit happened, but it's Pokemon. Nothing I can do there. Really ruined the strategy I had. I felt like without the crit, Linoon's going to do extremely heavy breaking at +6. But that's all hindsight now. Nothing I can do. Marowak, Venusaur, Tyranitar, none of them took anything from Linoon at this point. So just a disappointing, and it's just been a disappointing season so far. I mean, 1-3 now at this point. I will be having all my battles uploaded. It's now week 7, I think. Week off for packs, so I'm going to make sure I get you guys all these battles. But unfortunately for me, I'm just on the wrong side of luck this season. I just have to accept that, you know, it's not going my way. I just got to try to steer the ship and finish off the best I can. But if you guys enjoyed this battle, go ahead and like the video, comment your guys' support, subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Wi-Fi League content. But with all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.